Hey up, everybody. How's it going? It's Friday. Minto and PAINGOD. How's your week been, PAINGOD?
It's been good.
It has been a good week, definitely. I hope you guys had a good week as well, enjoying the update. Heard some good things from you all. All right, so we've
Yeah, it was
got
great. It was great watching the reactions. And
it was a big relief, yeah. We were the whole team has been really working hard and behind the scenes to just work on some of these things like that the players have been asking for. I know you guys have been after balancing for ages, and the RNG topic's been a thing for a long time as well. So it just felt so good being able to do that for you guys. I'm sure it felt great for you as well, PAINGOD, and for the team.
well, you're always holding your breath, right?
Yeah,
And like we release everything, and it's like, and we get up
yeah,
for deployments. I get up at like 3:30, and so does a bunch of QA and engineers and the deployment engineers and all that stuff.
yeah. I remember a few people messaging me saying, "What's going on? Like, it's quiet. Is everything okay?" And I'm like,
We're
"Players
like,
are happy."
yeah, is bug submitter broken? Are the forums broken? What's going on?
Yeah. Nope, just players in the game, playing the game, enjoying.
Okay,
So,
Lady Obscura tells me the char for Futur behind me was identified in
it's been
half a
identified.
second. Get out of the way so everybody can see it.
It's beautiful artwork that absolutely
Yeah, I like that one.
the art team really they do a great job. We always have fantastic art. So the cat's out of the bag. The new French medium tank from World War II, which we were talking about as a first look today, is the Char Futur 4. And we're going to be giving one of those away, and we're going to go and kick that off now. So, as we like to say here on the community update stream, hashtag tanks in the bank with your um, with your console and your gamer tag for a chance to win the Char Futur 4 on Tuesday.
How do you say it?
I don't know. I'm doing the best.
Well, see, you already have an accent, so it sounds better when you say it than when I mess it up.
My days of learning French are long gone, but I try every now and again. Char Futur 4. Sorry, French people. It's your turn now for me to ruin your words.
Yeah, our monetization analyst is from France, but he's on vacation this week, so I couldn't ping him and ask him how to pronounce it.
I miss him. But yeah, we'll have to check in with him on the pronunciation when he's back. All right. So what we got to talk about today?
Well, just a recap for this week. The new season was Arms Race, and the new season pass. A lot of feedback from y'all that you really liked it. It's a return to our classic seasons and themes being more historical. I know I was telling you, like, we were looking at Valor. I'm like, let's try to make this, like Valor. And it seems successful. Lots of great feedback that felt the season passes were good values. People were super happy that 54A was in the free season pass. And that was directly a player request in the stream.
Yeah.
Remember that, Mentos?
Definitely, yeah.
I don't see why we can't do that. So it was good to bring that to life.
Yeah, that was like way back in when we did the first season for Modern Armor with the T55A. Players were like, "Can we have it in World War II?" And we're like, "Why not?"
But yeah, good things come to those who wait. Things take a while. We had to get in the production pipeline to convert it over.
Yeah.
But it's there. I'm glad people are enjoying it. The season passes, I don't ever like to really talk about sales or anything like that, but ownership of season passes, let's put it that way, is performing even better for the same number of first days than G.I. Joe, which performed very well. So it really reflects that people liked it. So we're doing more of those. And then Legends Reformed, which I announced last Friday. on this very station.
Yep.
60. I said 71, but I was wrong. It was 68. A
It's
couple didn't
close
make
enough.
it in at the last minute. World War II classic tanks were rebalanced. Lots of excitement about that. Lots of discussions about that. You know, kind of. I've always thought that when everybody disagrees, it's balanced, right? Because you see, like, no, this is the wrong. This wasn't right, and then someone else will be like, no, that's perfect. Excuse me.
When you get a right level of this is good, this is bad, balanced.
It's like when we do the surveys with Super Test and the community contributors, like 50% say need buff, 50% say needs nerf. We're like, perfect. But just to let people know, I saw a lot of like, well, why this tank and not this tank? Just ran out of time. There's more of it coming. We're continuing tanks reforged every 2 weeks, like we have been, and we'll continue to do so. And so keep. Then we released the Eastern Lights and TDs. You know, people are like, hey, cool tanks. They play unique. I've seen feedback like there's too many light tanks out there. Whenever we release, you know, new lines, there's just a heavy weight of them in the matchmaker. Because so many people are checking them out, and that settles off relatively quickly. But I went and somebody for me looked up the stats this morning when we were talking about it. And so the breakdown since the release on Tuesday of the type of tanks in battle in post-war era 1, mediums make up 67%, lights make up 26%, and tank destroyers make up 7%. In escalation, which is era 2, heavies make up 49%, light are making up 28%, medium are making up 21%, and tank destroyers are making up 2%.
It's interesting.
In detente, which is era 3, heavies are making up 89%, lights are making up 11%. So it looks, again, it's one of those things, you know, it's new, everybody's in checking it out, so there'll be higher numbers. If you get more than X number or N number per side, that's because there wasn't enough other classes in the queue, so match made. It's called a soft fail. I think now I see players using that term, so I'm like, at least I explained it well enough that they're understanding what's happening, which is good. So it's not overwhelming lights, and it's tapering off already. So someone keep me honest and remind me next week. Someone being like obscure, of course.
I will also help with that.
And I'll tell you how the numbers are settling out.
Okay.
Next Friday.
So we're seeing some soft fails with that, and players understand what that is now. We're seeing that dialogue, you know, with players talking to each other, and you said it seems to be kind of tapering off a little bit now in era 2.
Yeah, and the good thing about soft fail, it's like, well, the balance won't be perfect, but we're not seeing tons of hard fails, which is just like, fill the whole match with, you know, bots, right?
I see. Okay.
So there's enough people playing. It's just the balance of the tanks, the ideal balance of the tanks in there, aren't there all the time because there's so many lights in the queue.
Yeah. People want to try that armadillo.
Yeah, you know, I'd say after playing in live for 4 days now, I hate the armadillo more than ever.
Yeah. It's definitely love hate. You love it when you're in it. You hate it when it's zipping around you, chipping away at your HP, or you see a platoon of them. You're like, I hate you guys.
Yeah. Now all I'm doing is hunting light tanks.
Nice.
Normally I'll be like, okay, strategy. How's the team splitting up? I'll go with the lighter side to try to keep things even, or where does the team look, outmatched? No, I'm like, I see the scout icon in the sky, and I'm like, I'm killing it or destroying.
Nice.
Just kind of update on the commanders and their popularity as far as what people are collecting the most. Baroness is at the very top of the G.I. Joe commanders. Now there's more Duke and couple commander ownership out there because those were in the season pass and ultimate pass.
Yeah.
But for people getting them individually. And then this past week, Andre the Giant commanders.
Andre the Giant towering over the other commanders.
I topped it like far and away. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I was just looking at what we got next. The RNG was definitely a big plus from the players this week.
Yeah, sorry that took so long. We heard you. We looked at it. We looked at all kinds of different options. We looked at the stats and went, things got better overall for most players, but the heavy players, did suffer. We thought about, do we put it back at 25-25, and then finally made the call. We're going to go 20-20, and we'll see how it goes. And it's having the intended effect. The average damage blocked for heavy tanks, high tier heavy tanks, has gone from 2,300 to 2,900, roughly across the board for all heavy tanks, all tiers. It's about a 23% increase in damage blocks, which also in turn results in a longer average time alive, right? So it's having the intended or the desired effect. We're of course going to let it. It's only been less than 4 days. Of course, we're going to let it run for longer and keep watching the stats. And I'll have more to share with you next week on seeing how that's trending. You can never trust the first 3 days of data because, one, it's during the week and there's just not enough cumulative battles, and people are getting used to things and adjusting their play style, so it changes over time.
Yeah, there was a bunch of balances as well, so there's definitely an adjuster to what tanks people are playing as well.
Changes and all new tanks. Well, new tanks were most of the new tanks were Cold War, so that wasn't World War II that much. But again, thanks for your feedback. It took a while to get to what we're hoping is the right solution after discussion with many people. And I know there was more stuff this week, but my brain's full.
There was.
Why don't we talk about next week?
Yeah, because the notes from last week took me nearly 2 hours to get everything together afterwards. It was crazy, but it was worth it.
And you all have to know, if it took him 2 hours, I'm the one that wrote them all for him. And then he's got to format them and explain them because everything I write is shorthand for notes for me, right?
Yeah, it's the off-topic stuff we talk. When you get into the questions afterwards, it's like, oh my god, what questions did we ask and what did we answer and how did we answer them? But it's definitely a great stream. Big step forward for us. Very proud. All right.
So next week, Tank Reforged returns. You're what? Every 2 weeks? No, it's only been a week. Yeah.
It's only been a week. It's back again.
Yeah. Well, we were going off the Tanks Reforged program, and then Legend Reform came in the middle of 2 weeks. So yes, you get balance changes 3 weeks in a row. Don't expect that. It'll be every 2 weeks going forward.
I nearly spat my water out loud. Yeah, don't expect this.
So it's the type. I think I mentioned this last week. It's the Japanese Type 5 Heavy line.
Yep.
Which started with the Type 5 Heavy Tier 10. So I collected all the stats and put them in this email for Mintos to transcribe to you. It's about 5 pages of changes, so I'm not going to read through them. I'm looking right now, like the Type 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
There's a lot going
10,
on
11,
there.
12, 13, 14, 15 changes alone on the Type 5. And that's not even the tank that has the most changes. So changes not only to the top, level guns and turrets and stuff, but all the way through the vehicle progression upgrade path. So engine, horsepower, whole armor.
It's a nice little buff. This it's
reload,
very
turret rotation, penetration on multiple guns here.
It's going to feel like a new tank. It's very comprehensive.
Yeah, the whole line is really gotten a serious upgrade.
Yeah.
So at Tier 9, that's the Type 4 Heavy. You scroll all the way down here. Tier 8, the OHO. Tier 7, the 09 or 09. And Tier 6, the OI.
OI. I've only just realised that. Our UK viewers will know what I mean. My granddad used to say this a lot. Maybe it's an Irish thing, I don't know, but whenever you see something that you like, you'd be like, oh, I. Or you agree with someone, oh, I
always read it as oi.
Oi. That instills fear in me. That reminds me of accidentally kicking a football on somebody's lawn and then hearing the get off my lawn. Oh dear. We like a laugh on
And then,
Fridays.
and then you have some more detailed pictures for them of
I do.
the Charfature
Let's pull these up
4
here. Do you want?
Frontier 9 medium,
Should
and
we
it's
do
custom
the
skin,
no skin first?
naked.
It's the naked Charfuter 4.
Well, that's just so you know, that's in our development terms. We're like, that's the
Ah.
naked version of the tank. That's the skin version of the tank. That's the chrome version of the tank. That's just the terminology that we use.
Very good. Let's put some clothes on this.
I suppose I should start changing that to unadorned.
Look at its mouth. It's hilarious. It's got a grin. And for you lucky little sausages, we've also got the stats for you guys to have a look at as well. So enjoy, grab your screenshots. Yeah. I love the skin for the Charfuter 4 with the whoever's idea with that was to put the grinning face on it is hilarious. I hope that you can put googly eyes on it as well to make a face. That would be epic.
I've never gotten the googly eye thing. The person in the office next to me, back when we worked in the office, had googly eyes all over their office, on plants, on pencil dispensers, on everything.
Well, I used to work in museums, didn't I? So whenever we were doing like a workshop with the school children, or we were doing some kind of art workshop, it'd be just you'd be cleaning googly eyes up for weeks. They'd be everywhere. we had a like a cobbled street as well. There'd be googly eyes all over the place. The nightmare.
Maybe that's an England thing.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we should find out who buys the most googly eyes. That sounds like a useful
for region, for nation.
Yeah. Useful use of our time. All right.
Okay, and then we're bringing another Merc Tank challenge, Bounty Hunter for the Deadbolt Mercenaries tank, so people can acquire that. We're gonna have a back to school sale, premium time, premium tech tree discounts, etc. We're gonna have the September challenge, which is to earn the T95 FE 4201 Chieftain, a very popular tank. We're bringing back the Great Tank Pursuit. Now we're calling it 2, because we did this earlier in the year. It's a daily battle challenge, and the more days that you play out of the set, the more stuff you win. So you can get camos, boosters, equipment, 3D commanders, and up to 3 tanks if you max it out.
Cool.
And it's one of those. The more I think it runs for 42 days or so, and the more days you play out of the 42 days, the more of those prizes that you collect or that you earn. It's not like play all the way to the end and then earn it. You earn them all along, right? And if you play, the max out is like 35 days, because we don't want to penalize people that have to take a day away from their computer or anything like that. I always hate those like every day for 2 weeks. I'm like, invariably, I'm not going to be around my console someday, and I'm not going to be able to log in. So I think the max is out. So you only have to do 35 of the 42 days to get every single reward. And that was very popular earlier in the year.
Excellent. Hopefully good players looking forward to that. That sounds really good.
And then once again, thanks to all of you players, a bug was found when reported by a number of people about the Armadillo. Our ROF speeding up and slowing down, being very inconsistent, and we found that it was 2 different numbers in 2 different spots, conflicting with each other. So happy to say you guys reported it. We found it really fast, so thank you. It's fixed, and that fix will come out Tuesday.
Excellent stuff, everyone. Thank you very much.
An added side benefit of that, because that was being variable, it was moving the dispersion up and back, so you're actually going to get a better accuracy with that little pain in my butt.
So it's technically a buff.
We're discussing in the design chat, and they're like, "Well, we could do this. We could do this." I'm like, "Nerf it!" and all capital letters. But
Oh
no.
dear. So yeah, take a look out for that on Tuesday. Should have the rate of fire adjusted on the armadillo. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for reporting that stuff. We also got a bunch of a whole slew of like this emblem's partially covered and this skin, this inscription isn't showing all the way. Thank you always for those. It's so hard to check all the different variable combinations, especially with the number of tanks that we do. So there's been an artist doing nothing but asking for approval and check and disable for those all week long to catch all those issues reported. So again, always appreciated.
Yeah, I sent one of those in today as well, so add into that workload. Cheers, Hellcat.
And then there's a bunch more coming in September, a ton more that I couldn't even list all here today. And I got to say something for next week or following weeks. But very 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 soon next weekend, Labor Day events, including the return of the String Theory Challenge. Always a popular one.
Very cool.
There's going to be a whole slew of tank earn challenges throughout the month. For those of you that are fans of Hot Wheel and didn't get to pick them up, this is the last chance. The terms of the license is expiring. That's what always happens with these things.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to. It kind of bothers me because I don't ever want to deny anybody anything. A player comes into the game new and they're like, "Oh, that's a really cool tank. How do I get it?" Well, we can't sell it anymore. And we've talked about that with the Valkyrie Chronicles and the GUP tanks. So that's going to be the last chance to get those tanks.
Excellent stuff. So get on them while you can, because I don't want to be a year from now. People going, "Oh, I missed the Hot Wheel. I missed the Roger Dodger." This is it.
That happens. Not everybody plays the game every day or even every month. I mean, I know I switch back and forth between games and return to them all the time. So
yeah.
But it's nothing for 4 weeks to go by without me logging into a game because I'm playing the new hot thing or whatever, and then I burn out on that and go back to some of my old favorites. And then we're gonna have a day of Tankman. It's a CS holiday event to earn new skins for Russian tanks. So look to that. We got a whole bunch of skins throughout the month. We're here. People are like, I want a skin for this. I want a skin for this tech tree tank and this tech tree tank. So we're doing them as fast as we can. So you'll see a whole bunch of them. A bunch of them you'll be able to just earn for free through challenges. And then I think I've hinted at it for the last 2 weeks, but I'm just going to come out and say it. We're celebrating Talk Like a Pirate Day with a special set of pirate 2D commanders that will be able to earn in pirate key cards.
Oh, it's Pirate Day, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe I should finish the stream talking in my pirate voice.
I saw one of this artist is cranking out, and he's super creative. And one of the ones I saw the other day, it's a parrot with a parakeet on his shoulder. And I don't know why. I just thought that was the funniest thing in the world.
My little parakeet will accompany him onto the battlefield.
It's like some future evolution where the parrots take over the world.
He's the assistant, he's looking out, he's doing all the spotting. He's got great vision. Oh dear. How's it going, Goliath?
There's tons. Right towards the end, we're going to have another release and another season for you that I hope you like as much as Arms Race. It's not really feature heavy. We're focusing a whole lot on quality of life changes. We've heard you. I think as of yesterday, the final 2 tech trees, the biggest beast being the premium tech tree, have all been converted to horizontal. In our development build, and now all the bugs are being fixed and it's getting polished up, and it's fixing bugs and stuff like that. So it's nothing glamorous. It's just it's happening. I see it real time. I track the progress every year, every day, and just letting you guys know. I just saw go into. I just saw get checked in for the next version, the place up to tier dialogue in the garage.
Excellent.
That a lot of you have been asking for. We used to have it and it went away with a bunch of other things in 6.0. and that's always a handy tool for people, especially newer to the game. So I
Mm-hmm.
just saw that checked in, and then in our daily playtest right now, all 4 maps are at a close to finish, a finish state. So we're looking at bugs, we're checking balance, um, but those are coming along really, really fun to play on those. I didn't even realize how much I missed Muravanka until I was, because we test them with World War II tanks and with Cold
Yeah.
War tanks, so we play a whole variety of tiers to see is this valid. And so I like to be a sniper. I either like to be a light tank or a sniper. And Muravanka in Cold War with True Vision is brutal if you're not a sniper. And I knew the map, right? So it was spawned in, and I'm like, straight to the edge, stay below the hills. Um, so we're having heavy discussions about it in the playtest chat right now because it was one of those, have people like, I hate this, shouldn't be for Cold War, and then have people like, this absolutely needs to be for Cold War because it's a completely different way to play a map.
Yeah.
And Red Shire looks beautiful.
I bet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It's gonna be good.
I almost want to say, and I'm so happy to see this one return, but that's not in the list for the next. I almost blew one that's not coming.
We love exclusives.
It's maybe a little too early for that exclusive.
Okay, we've got a bunch of people in the chat asking for your gamer tag because they want to play with you. That's cute.
Thanks. I'll have to resurrect my dev one because I can't play on my personal one because everybody hunts me down.
Yep. Likewise. This is why you don't see, we play on our personal ones. You guys, we can get away from you for a bit.
Yeah, I have like on Xbox I have at least 8 gamer tags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a couple.
I play for different reasons, for testing, different things, so I can track things separately and end up to obscure myself. So yeah, I'll resurrect one of those, and maybe we'll have a play test.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And I wanted to pass along the thanks, if I didn't already, for the people that helped jump into the custom games with the designers.
The Hellfire Pass.
Scorpion Pass.
Yeah.
Kukla?
Hellfire.
Hopefully I didn't blow something else. So thanks again for helping in that. The feedback was, enormously beneficial, and the work's being done to address a bunch of that stuff. I don't have a date when it's going to go into full rotation. Maybe a birdie will tell me through Skype. But I'll try to have that information for you next week, or an update. If someone reminds me, I'll have an update for you on the next time we chat. I think next week we don't have a stream. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, we're going to be taking a break next Friday. So you're going to see me on Monday for insider information, and then yeah, you won't see us again until the 10th of September, because I have some time off on. It's the Chicago Bears' first game on, I think it's the 5th. And so I preemptively take a day off on the Monday, just in case it's a stressful evening and I don't get much sleep. So you won't be seeing me on the 6th either. So I'll be on Monday for, we're going to do some gameplay of the Shah Future 4. And then we're going to be taking a break for a little bit. So we'll see you next on the 10th of September. All right. What have we got here? We got a bunch of people in the chat asking for Star Wars.
I don't think even Wargaming could afford a Star Wars license.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well. Yeah. All right, I'm just looking through questions here now. I think we've got through everything on the list now, so we got some time. Now, if you guys want to tag me for questions regarding balance ideas, rather than asking questions about them on the stream, if you could send me them as a message through Discord or Reddit or the forums, that'd be much more useful. because we could talk about every tank under the sun. But yeah, if you have ideas, send them to me on Discord. Would be the best, actually. Let me just put a link up for you guys here. Discord would be the best. You can add it in the suggestions, or you can send it to me. I don't mind. But yeah, any other questions other than balancing, we can definitely go into here. I saw a question about do we have any updates on mercenary contracts? And I know we speak about this every other week, but have any updates on that?
Yeah, it's we had the design review. I believe it was yesterday afternoon. Asked for a few changes, and then it goes right into production. So it should still be the end of the year, like I promised.
Brilliant. So we're nearly there with that now.
Or not promised, but I guessed.
Yeah.
You can never promise in development. You never know what's going to come up.
Nope, never promise. Just hope.
Do my best. I just stole something out of a chat. I'm going to see if I can.
Teletubby Ted, we can't actually talk about the maps after this next batch coming here. It's a little bit too early for that, but the maps that we have said should be coming by the end of September, so the end of next month. What have you got up there behind you?
So hopefully, my UI lead is playing with the tech trees. I told you they're all horizontal now. And he's been trying to fix positionings and lines and stuff, and he just threw it in the chat saying, "Hey, it's working. I got this done, and it's looking better." This is by no means final, but
cool.
Horizontal.
It looks neat. Yeah, it looks really neat. You can see a lot more there because you're going left to right.
He might kill me. There's no polish in there or anything. Just the fact that it's working left to right.
What's it all?
We had the lines we're going underneath other tanks and going the wrong way and stuff. We're like, what the heck's going on? And found out the settings were all in XML, and you have to go and adjust them, by numbers and degrees and by hand and stuff. So I don't envy the work, but I wanted to show you since that just came through my chat, and I won't say his name. I hope you don't hate me for doing that. Not polished, not final. Please don't send back.
Yeah. Actually seeing in the chat, people want to see it full screen. Nice. It looks much better. People are saying this is an exciting time for tanks at the moment. I have to agree with you guys. I'm excited in what we're doing for you guys, and I'm excited. Just seeing the team working really hard towards these goals for you guys. So I'm excited.
I've owed you all this ever since 6.0, and apologies it's taken so long. But this, as you can all imagine, the text tree is the biggest beast of UI code.
Yeah.
We're talking. I was talking with some engineers. We were kind of looking at other UI solutions possibly, because we've been out for so long. The technology that ours was based on isn't even around anymore. I hope I'm not quoting him wrong, but I believe the lead engineer, where they're debating the pros and cons, and they're like, and there's 600,000 lines of UI scripting, from over 8 years, right? It's not like it's super easy to change things.
That was
tech tree.
That was 3 oofs from me there.
Yeah.
So it's unenviable, but it's nice to see some progress there. It looks really clean. I like it. So if you're watching, players like it. Let's see some more.
Thanks. And that's not final. That's not polished. It's not even ordered yet. That's just rearranging things and seeing how we can get. The goal is get as many tanks on the screen as you possibly can. Make it super easy to navigate. Progress being made. See it right there, real time. That came 10 seconds before.
Brilliant.
I put it up there through my Skype, my chat.
Yeah, seen Sprung Nickel again saying horizontal is good. So yeah, happy with that. Noodle 10 looking good. Yeah, so there's some early feedback for you, going in the right direction. Do we have any progress on the on things like a World War II HUD or something like that?
I think I mentioned that last week. That is on the artist to start doing comps of what that could look like. I do plan to share those with you as they come in. There's basically things that are planned up to the end of the year are all, higher up in the hopper or the queue right now.
Yeah.
Because there are already things that we've scheduled and promised publishing that and even you guys that we're going to do. But as soon as we start getting concepts and comps on what that could look like, we'll certainly share it with you all.
Cool. Sounds good. I've got a few players kind of curious and excited if they'd see ribbons return with that. So
that ticket's on me right now, just so you know. There's a lot of tickets on me, but I know for a fact. But we've been discussing.
It's that time of the year, isn't it? We were just talking earlier before, like with a good update like this, you guys are all playing the game, so you're not messaging me with your feedback. So I'm instead having a lot of time to pass on that feedback and to read through everything that you guys have been sending me over the last few months. So so yeah, a lot of tickets being made at the moment. Excellent. You don't want to see our JRQ JCats. All right.
I could Snapchat it up because that's an entire monitor here, but people will like use a magnifying glass and figure out what everything says and find out people's names. That would all be bad. So
our players are very cunning. They want to know everything.
The internet ruined all secrecy.
Yes, it did. What was left
it brought
anyway.
us many great things.
Buckethead, right? I'm so sorry. I'm embarrassed to put in a ticket for the Minto Commander, but I did start work on it. I've not sent it on yet though, but I did start it. I wanted to make sure I put in all of the feedback points that players sent in before I made a ticket about a MintoVimto Commander. So it's being made. I've just not pressed send yet. So I'm working on it. Only if you guys want it though. It's nothing for me. It means nothing for me. If you guys think it's funny, you guys would like to use it, I'm all for it. But we'll have to see if it even gets approved. It's all just an idea right now.
I got a couple here.
Alrighty.
Samu Tinnell. I'm sorry. When are we having the new WW2 skins? I can't wait to have them, please. As I mentioned, we have tons of them. Tons, but lots of WW2 World War II skins in September throughout the month. Especially keep an eye out for the Tankman Day events. There's a whole slew of ones for Super Popper Russian tanks.
Excellent. So look out for Tankman for skins.
And then Robo Chicken says, we need the machine. The machine is a Merc, tier 10 Merc tank.
It's very good.
It's very cool, but it's a super long. It's the longest set of tasks you have to do, challenges that you have to do.
Yeah.
That actually exceeds what our challenge system that we have currently can do. But I will tell you, as soon as we launch contracts, that will be put up at the launch of contracts, and you guys will get a chance to earn the machine.
Big launch then with the new contracts. Excellent. Okay. What else have we got here? Norwegian guy. Yeah, that'd be funny. I assume we've spoke about ranked battles quite a lot over the last few weeks. We've said just to manage player expectations that it's not something in the short term.
Right. It's one of those things that's in the queue to do the work, and we've discussed design, but nothing is final at the moment. Yeah. So I don't even have an idea of what the date would be at the moment.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. I'm seeing a lot of questions about balance. Like I said, I'll speak to you guys about that off stream. But yeah, kind of running out of questions here that we'd be able to answer today.
I got a few more.
All right, knock them out.
War Games Comedy ask Halloween event status. The answer is on track for October. We're playing that in our playtest. Every day there's going to be a brand new, very cool monster tank, some cool, super cool 3D commanders. You saw, I think last week was my background was one of them. So yeah, it's assured. We're just doing final polish and bug fixing. Hints on the tank reforged after the Type 5 line. I'll give you a big hint. Chinese TDs.
All right, it's an exclusive.
Who's gonna guess? Who's gonna guess what that means?
Oh, I don't know.
Like it's a hard guess, right?
Chinese tank destroyers, very cool.
Then what is this? Teletubby Ted 82.
Teletubby Ted.
And I'm like, yeah, I recognize that one. Already time any times 5 XP boost bundles coming to the store anytime soon. I'm literally out of all times 3 and time 5s.
Me too.
What are we in August? I promise you'll have them in September. How's
Excellent. That? I know players have been wondering about that. It's been one of the lower volume requests, but definitely players have been looking forward to that. I don't think
there's time for me to get it into next week's plan, but you'll get it in September, I promise. That I can ensure and guarantee because Lady Obscura does all the work and she's the one that told me.
Brilliant. Lady O. She was saying before when we were talking about the French language, and I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was displeased as she is French Canadian, I believe.
What was that? I'm sorry, I was reading questions.
Lady Obscura was having a go at us before for forgetting about French Canadians in the team.
I don't really think that way anyways, and I've known Lady Obscura for so long. She is unique amongst herself. She is not a type identified with anything. Not in my brain. Hickenfly, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. PAINGOD interview from 2020, you mentioned there'll be a version for next-gen consoles in 2021. Is this still valid? Absolutely. We're in certification for it right now.
We'll
kind of in and out. We did so well in cert for so long. Full cert testing. Games like us are games as a service. They started, freeing up bandwidth by letting us do rapid patch or rapid bypass, right? Where they did just a few checks, BBT things, and went out. So the full game has not been, fully cert tested in a while, and the teams at first party are most of them are new to ever even cert testing our game. So it's taken longer than we thought it would. They found some things that we didn't realize changed. The requirements change over the years. Some restrictions get looser, new ones come up. Some that we missed on that. So we're it's just the process. And we're in the middle of it, and we're going back and forth. We're pretty close. We're down to less than one hand of issues on both platforms. So it's still going to make it this year. But the way that goes, it could be 2 weeks from now, or it could be 4 weeks from now. I don't really have any idea of exactly when that'll happen.
Okay, good question, good answer. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully by then I can get the new console because I'm still looking for a Series X, and I've still not been able to get one. So
I know we have a next gen message chat where anybody that sees any news, I guess it was Walmart the other day was I know I'm not supposed to say brand names. I'm sorry. A chain. The other day was putting up some every hour, and it was going on the chat. They're all up now, and they're all gone. And you're like, damn bots. And I think someone said, I'm just gonna wait till the day I can walk. It was Chuji. It was like, I'm just gonna wait till the day I can walk in the store and buy one because I'm tired of this refresh rat race.
I bought one from
some people have been doing that since they were released.
Yeah. I bought one from the store with a bullseye on it, and it's red. And I bought it, and I was going to go and pick it up, and then it was no longer available, and I was devastated.
Speaking of bull, someone had to remind me at the beginning to cover the logo on my cup because we're not supposed to show logos. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to this world. Like, I'm not stealing your trademark. I like your sports team, and got a cup from your stadium in Chicago. I just happen to use it to drink my ice water every day. I don't know why it's a sin for me to a violation of copyright law for me to actually use the cup I paid for way too much for at your sporting game on ice.
those sports games with the inflatable balls that bounce off the floor are very expensive to drink as well. I've been there as well.
I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the hot water boiler ran out right before this. But what I drink my tea in for every stream, I just went out and bought white thermos cups with no logos on it specifically because I kept like walking in with DD or SB cups into streams and was getting yelled at. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna buy all white ones and
this is why I always wear black as well.
At the drive-through, transferring from the paper cup into my little plastic cup and throwing it back at the drive-through window.
I have to like hide this when I'm drinking it as well. It's tough. All right.
Oh, I missed one here. Next +1 -1 matchmaking weekend, September 10th through the 13th.
Oh my god, Modern Caller, I'm so sorry. I'm on Do Not Disturb, so I missed all of your questions, and there's like a million questions here. Well, like, it's quiet
Send
today.
your questions, Do Not Disturb.
I don't want your questions. Oh, it looks like I answered a few of them already. That's good. Yeah, luckily we got a lot of them. That's great. Okay. So yeah, I don't have too many more. I can always catch up with folks on Discord afterwards if there's any questions that haven't been answered yet. But yeah, apart from that, we've just got to draw the. I've remembered. We've just got to draw the winner. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. Tanks in the bank for the Shaft Future 2. Get ready. Get your rigged comments ready. Let's see if we followed the instructions. And we've got a winner. We've got a winner, and it's someone who's following as well. TF108. Congratulations. You've won the first Shaft Future 4. Rigged. It's rigged, damn it.
Rigged.
It's fixed. Congrats. So we'll aim to get that to you on Tuesday, but as always, it can take up to 3 days for it to be credited to your account. I hope that you enjoy it. Look at all the rigs in the chat. You guys are hilarious. You are lucky though, because you got another chance on Monday to win another one, so be sure to come along and see the Shafuta 4 in action.
I got one that just popped up.
All right, let's do it.
A Pit Viper. Any chance, given the new forthcoming contract earn system, you can allow and earn or pay gold for even the top tier Merc tanks, Chisel, Tusk, and Machine? Yeah, we'll definitely bring those back. So the contracts are structured in. You can either earn your way or buy out stages. I know very early in the Merc contracts day, the tier 10s, we required you completing the first n number of stages. I think it was 5 with no buyout option. Like you had to crawl through, not glass, but through pea gravel at least half the way before you could have the option to buy it out. We made sure, even in this meeting yesterday, that every one of those stages can be set at a value or 0. If at 0, then you can't buy it out and you have to do the challenges. If we put a price on it, then it can be bought out. So the flexibility to do it any which way or combination that we want. We can even say you can buy the early ones, but you have to do the challenges for the last 2 stages or 3 stages or whatever it would be. So we have the flexibility to do it any which way. We haven't actually authored them yet and decided the rules for each of those, but I think the game's evolved over time. The Merc tanks were out. We've now had earn ops for tier 9s and 10s and then sold them later. So I think some of the barriers we had in our minds of never do this aren't as solid anymore. So I think we'll mix it up. But yes, we'll definitely put all 3 of those tanks in contracts once that feature's available. Probably not at the same time because they're all really long earn ops, and I don't want people to have to be like, I got to choose between this one and that one. but we'll see. And maybe even we make the requirements not as hard as
Okay.
before or identical to before. We just haven't got to the stage where we sat down and said, okay, what's the contract for each one of these going to be? And they're really quite a chore to actually author and test them. So we have lots of discussion before we pull the trigger on we're going to do it. So as we get closer, I'll have more information. So a Pit Viper, feel free to ask again later in the year.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Just a quick thing before we end here. One of our CCs, Conus LTU, is doing a 24-hour charity stream, and we're going to go ahead and raid you all there now, so you guys can check him out. It's for a really good cause. I'm going to be spending some time in there as well, supporting the stream. But yeah, Conus is from Conus, the map Conus. So be sure to say hello to him when we take you guys over there. All right. With that all said, I'll see you guys on Monday. You have any final words for the community, PAINGOD?
Thanks for playing. Thanks for all the great feedback and commentary this week. I hope you enjoy this weekend. I'll be out there playing. Sorry, we won't be here next week. But I'm an avid fan of warm weather, and I haven't been out that much this year. So the last holiday weekend of the summer, I always try to take Friday off, so I can go and play for 4 days.
Enjoy.
Every day, because I don't go outside because I hate the cold.
Deserve a break after that big update, so go and enjoy.
Well, right. Lockdown for the next one is on Tuesday, so it's not much of a break.
It's something at least. All right, guys, have a great weekend and enjoy Conus' stream, and I'll see you guys on Monday.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.